life is going to mirror your life. Right on over to Coach Corn, who's got some real GIF attitude or GIF attitude going on. Coach Corn, Mike, to you.
Wow. I am seriously experiencing some major wisdom in the age of the people on this stage. I think back as we're talking about hungry. We were just watching a movie last night, and the girl was asking if something was wrong with her boyfriend, and her dad said, well, he's eating, and nothing's wrong. He's eating like a horse, you know, and when you're a kid, young boys, Lynette's kids would eat like a horse. As you get older, you don't get to eat like a horse anymore. You got to start paying attention. So where I kind of put this with what Glenn was just talking about constantly crushing it, and Sid, having to turn down his hunger, it sounds contradictory to a lot of what we hear, where it's like ready, fire, aim, rather than ready, aim, fire. So I'm not taking anything away from that. I think it's more about, at this time in my life, with the experiences that I've had with losing a spouse and almost losing my business, and just observing other people that are showing up at the cruise line buffet. And, when you first walk on that cruise, the very first day in the first buffet you see, it's like everything looks good. Thanksgiving dinner, you're like filling your plate, and the plate's not big enough. And it's like, man, I want some extra stuff. Hold on, sorry, got some background noise that popped up. And you can't even get it all on your plate. So there's a difference between being hungry and having a food fetish. And that was probably me in the younger days. Only now I'm starting to eat healthier and really paying attention to things, because every little thing adds weight and your health. So I've just really started analyzing more of the buffet and make sure that things line up with my diet. You guys hear the business analogies I'm putting in here, I hope, right? How do these things that are showing up match up with where you are and where you're going? And for me, just like I would, if I was really intense on my diet and I knew how many calories were in this and that and all that stuff, I have a plan. I want a strategy and a plan in place before I just dig into the buffet and start filling my plate. It's like, how is that going to fit in the overall picture? And I've learned to not pick up everything, even if, it looks really, really good. Now, I might grab a little bite or two of something just because I want to taste it. It looks really, really good. So I might dip my toe in some things and just dig a little further before I make the full commitment to grab a whole spoonful. And, just quit eating the free bread at the dinner table, Tony and Michael and Jackie, before that steak shows up, because that steak is going to be awesome and you don't want to be totally full. So I'm hungry for making sure that everything matches up with what I'm doing, which makes me look like I'm being some health nut, because most people will look at me and go like, oh, he doesn't take action on stuff. Yeah, it looks really good, but I'm just not sure if it fits in my diet yet. So I might be taking a little bite of it. And really, for overall, I'm looking for those things that create experiences, create amazing life, that match up with where I'm going. And I want to make sure that I have a plan and a strategy before I start filling up my plate and taking up space on it. So that's just a little wisdom. Like when you're younger, man, you're just going like crazy, grabbing everything, trying to see what sticks. And I've just seen a lot of people end up with a not so healthy body style. So that's kind of my analogy today at the breakfast table.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Coach Corn, because we haven't been talking about that. And, you are, when I now think of process, it's your picture that comes up, because I think it is really important, to be intentional, as Jackie said, to be thoughtful, to be reverent of, the choices that you do choose, and to be reverent of the ones that you don't, because they're equally as important. And that is part of, really continuing to elevate that hunger or elevate that passion, to create what it is that you value. And so I'm going to pass the